So with that in mind, I want to take the time to introduce some of the faces that are here to learn with you this term. First of all, I'll introduce myself. Welcome, my name is Ryan Connell, and I am your Student Experience Manager at the English Language Institute. You can often contact me when you have questions about anything related to your studies in the EFAS program, but some of the most popular questions that I receive often are related to events and activities, accessing online campus resources, and mental health wellness support. And so you're welcome to contact me at any time with your questions, and I am more than happy to support you. Today in our orientation, I have a partner in crime here with me who's going to walk us through the orientation, and I want to introduce you to Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the EFAS Orientation. It's great to see you. Great to get started off on the right foot here. And I hope you really get some useful information from this orientation. So yes, as Ryan mentioned, my name is Alex. I am the Student Experience Coordinator. And that means I have the most fun job at Renison because I get to put on a lot of these events and activities for you so that you have a wonderful time alongside your studies. So similar to Ryan, if you have questions about events, activities, what's going on, where to go, what can I join, you can reach out to me. You can find me in multiple places. You can either email me, you can find me in some of the chat groups, which we'll talk about in a moment. I'm sure there's other ways to find me too. You can send me letter mail if you want. You can also ask me about life in Canada questions. So I'm born and raised in Ontario, just down the road from Waterloo. So I'm more than happy to talk about our lovely country here. And I'm currently studying my master's of business, entrepreneurship, and technology. So I love to talk about business, entrepreneurship, and leadership as well. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to chat with me.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Alex. Moving on, we're going to also welcome Elizabeth Matthews, our Assistant Director in the English Language Institute. Another face who can answer any questions you have at any time. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so nice to see so many faces join us on a Monday morning or afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Like Ryan has said, my name is Elizabeth. I am one of the assistant directors at the English Language Institute, and my job is to take care of the EFAS program, all things EFAS. So you can come to me if you have questions about your schedule. You can come to me if you have questions about what you're studying or your marks. You can come to me if you have questions about what you plan to do in the future, or if you want to use EFAS to apply to the university, if you are thinking that your level maybe isn't what we had determined. I can answer all your questions. And more than that, I can just be available to have a chat with you. I think it is so courageous of you to take on and continue your journey to learn your language and to meet your goals. It's not an easy time, and studying online can be really, really challenging. But the fact that you are picking this up and that you are doing it really speaks to your dedication as students and as individuals who want to improve themselves and improve your language skills. It speaks to your resilience and ability to overcome challenges. I want to tell you that as much fun as we have in EFAS, and we do have quite a bit of fun, thanks to your really creative instructors and your amazing student engagement team, you know, EFAS can be challenging. It's not easy. So I want you to know that, but I also want you to know that you will have a lot of support. Every single person that you see here on the screen is here to support you. Please reach out to your instructors if you have any questions about your courses, if you need extra help. They have office hours and they're always available to meet with you. Please reach out to Ryan and his team with any questions because they are here to support you. You also have amazing, amazing peer leaders that are going to be with you in your student activities and the events. Reach out to them with any questions. They're students. They have like firsthand knowledge of what you are going through. So use them as a resource. And please, please, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here, just a click away on your computer screen to answer any questions that you may have. We can have a screen to screen chat. You can send me an email, whatever you like. Normally, I would be standing in front of you in a room, wishing you well and welcoming you to Renison. I would be pointing to where my office is and telling you to please come and see me for a little chat and to grab some chocolate that's usually on my desk. I can't do that this semester. But that doesn't mean that my greeting to you and my best wishes to you are not as sincere and heartfelt as they always are. Perhaps more so because we are in such challenging times. So please, please know that I wish you a very, very successful term and that you can reach out. I encourage you to reach out to all of us so that you can have the most successful and wonderful term imaginable. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for your very kind and encouraging words. It's so great to have you here. We're going to move on now to welcoming our program manager. Good morning, Nella.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So my name is Nella, and I am EFAS program manager. But for some of you, I will be in first 2 weeks of your classes. And my pleasure and my role here is to support you and your instructors to help you reach your goals. So tomorrow you will see me in Waterloo website workshop. So my expertise, so to speak, if I can be humble, is is to help you use Learn and get familiar with Learn and Bongo. So these are platforms where your classes and your instructional material will be on. So if you're having any problems, any challenges with Learn and Bongo, you can reach out to me and I can help you troubleshoot and get you back on track. I definitely can help you with your classes. So if Elizabeth's busy or, you know, we are all kind of like somewhere else or, you know, handling other issues, you can reach out. And again, you will see this description in many of our kind of profiles. So we are here to help you. So do not be shy. We definitely want you to succeed. And we definitely know where to find resources. If we don't know how to deal with problems, we will find a way to support you in your learning. So good luck. Be patient with your connections. Be patient with your instructors, with your classmates. Be patient with yourselves because this will take some adjusting. And be curious. Be learners that you are. So good luck, and I wish you all the best this term.
Thank you so much, Nella. Much appreciated. Now I'd like to introduce you to who we call the mom of Renison. Hi, Michelle. Are you there?
Okay, there, I'm muted. Now I can give my mom words of wisdom. So welcome, everybody. And I'm the person who a lot of you have already talked with prior to starting the EFAS program. So when you applied, I would have replied to your application, sent you a letter of registration. I'm getting you onboarded for your placement test and the essay. So if you have any problems with the placement test today, with either the online computer part or the essay, just reach out to me. And then as the term goes on, I'm just reiterating what everybody else has said, that any questions, if you're not sure who to go to, you can ask me, and if I'll help you, and if not, I'll know who to send you to. So good luck this term, everyone.
Thanks, Michelle. Hello, Andrea. Andrea is our administrative officer at Renison. Are you there?
Yes, good morning, everybody. So my name is Andrea. I work very closely with Michelle to help coordinate registrations and enrollment letters, fee payments, and health insurance coverage. I also help register students, get them set up with their WattIM account. So if you have any questions about setting up your WattIM, I'm here to help you with that. And yeah, so Michelle and I work closely behind the scenes. You can ask either one of us anything to do with your registration. And I hope you have a great term ahead. I wish you much success. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea. I'm going to turn it over to our instructors now for some introductions, beginning with Zdenko. Hello, Zdenko. I apologize, I don't have pictures of each.
No, it's okay. Thank you. You don't have to, but they're sometimes scary on me. I mean, so anyway, I would like to welcome everybody, all the new students in this semester. Welcome to our new course. I will be teaching you academic writing, which is unfortunately one of the hardest skills to master, usually, but trust me, if you need help, I'm here for you to help you in every way regarding your writing skills, so you can always join me during office hours. You can send me emails. As Alex said, you can send me like regular mail, although it's going to take probably forever to reach us here, but so electronic mail is better than this. So anyway, thank you very much. Welcome to the course, and don't be nervous. It's all going to be okay. Okay, enjoy.
Thanks, Zdenko. Hello, Philip. Good morning.
Hello. So I'm Philip. Right now I'm teaching in another program for the next 2 weeks, and then I'll be taking over for Nella in the 320 and 420 course, which is looking at academic skills, how to succeed as a student at university, which is one of my favorite things to teach. I am really looking forward to meeting you all in a couple of weeks when I get started with the course. So see you all soon.
Thanks so much, Philip. And certainly not least of our instructors, but last, we have Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hi, welcome to everybody. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you on camera and hopefully one day in person. I'm looking forward. Next to Alex, I have the second funnest job. I teach you speaking classes, so 360 and 460. So we'll be doing lots of interacting formally and informally. But also keep in mind, I'm an email away. I have office hours as well, and we're all here to support you as much as we can in your online experience. I look forward to meeting you and having some excellent chats. See you soon.
Thanks so much, Dave. Another individual who's not here today, but I'd love to introduce you to, is AJ, who is your student advisor in the English Language Institute. During the program, you'll get to know AJ pretty well because you're going to be part of check-in meetings, which are one-on-one meetings to talk about how you're doing in the program. But AJ is here really to help you with adjusting to online learning and study skills. And so if you're having difficulties adjusting to the online learning environment, building time management skills for university, if you're interested in learning more about the online campus resources available, and if you're also interested in applying to university, AJ is a good contact for you to have. He'll be there to help support you along your journey in the term, and you'll hopefully be able to meet him very soon. There are some other smiling faces though in the room I want to take a moment to introduce you to, and they are your peer leaders. We have Willow, Roy, and Jenny, and I'd like to first start with welcoming Willow. Hi, Willow.
Hi, everybody. My name is Willow. I'm a second-year arts and business student, and I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have, honestly, about anything. I've lived in Waterloo my whole life, so I'd love to talk about Canada, Renison. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if Ryan's gone over this. We will only be here for the next couple weeks just because we are transferring over. But I am happy to chat with you guys actually past then. Till then, we're past then. But yeah, I'm excited to get to know you guys and see you at events and such.
Thanks, Willow. Good morning, Roy.
Hi, Ryan. Hi. Can you hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Good
perfect.
morning.
So hello, everyone. My name is Tian Kai from Roy. Call me Roy if you want. I'm a peer leader in Renison ELI program. I'm an international student from China, and I'm currently in the fourth year of Environmental Resource and Sustainability program. I will be working with Jenny and Willow to host multiple events in April, and we want to feel belonging to in this big Renison family. And if you have any concern or question regarding to the study or life in Canada, feel free to connect with me. And trust me, I have been there before, and I'm more than happy to help you out. Take care, guys.
Thanks so much, Roy. And hello, Jenny, our third peer leader.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you guys. My name's Jenny. I'm a second-year environment student at the environment in the University of Waterloo. It's really nice to see all your new faces. I think Willow and Roy have covered pretty much it. So we are here to support you guys, and please also see us as a student. We're here for a kind of like a peer support. So feel free to ask us any questions or like just talk and have a chat with us on either like WeChat, WhatsApp, or even just send us an email in any way that you're more comfortable with. And yeah, we will still be here for 1 month. So and we will also be in many events and activities and even workshops. So yeah, I think we will get a better chance to know each other soon.
Thank you so much, Willow, Roy, and Jenny. As your peer leaders have mentioned, they are with you here for the next couple of weeks. And then beginning in the month of May, we'll be excited to introduce to you a new team of peer leaders who will be starting their term with us. Your peer leaders really are here to help provide conversation practice. They are great individuals to speak with one-on-one to help you with practicing your English language skills and your speaking skills. They're also here to help you have fun though too. They really are here to organize events and activities to help you to build the skills you need for future success. And they also are very knowledgeable. They know a lot about the services and resources that are available, and they can help answer any questions you have, especially about adjusting to online studies and building study strategies for this environment. As they said, they're students themselves at the University of Waterloo. They've been studying online for the past year themselves. And so they are great people to share what your experience is like and to get advice on how to be able to improve the skills you need for EFAS. So welcome. And what you might have seen is there's a lot of faces and people that are here to help support you. And that's really a key message we want to share with you during the EFAS program, is that there are so many people who are here to help. At this time, I am going to allow that our instructors and our staff, they're welcome to slip out at this point as Alex and I continue on with the rest of orientation. You're welcome to stay if you have nothing else to do this morning, but I understand they're very busy also with preparing for the start of your classes. So thank you to our instructors, to our administrative team, our peer leaders. Thank you so much for coming and saying hello to our students this morning.
Thank you. Good luck, everybody. Have a successful term.
Bye, everyone.
And for the rest of our students, don't leave.
Don't leave.
Continue on with the rest of our orientation session. And I'm going to pass it over to Alex to talk a little bit about what are some of the ways that we are here to help support you in the program.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ryan. So yes, as Ryan mentioned, there's lots of support for everyone, and we have multiple ways that you can join in, join our community, as well as get the resources and help that you might need throughout the term. So we want you to be able to practice your English by getting involved. That's really important. We find that events and activities are a great complement to your classes, right? So everything that you learn in classes, hopefully you can apply and practice and build those skills in our events. So, you know, there's options for you to join clubs. Obviously, come to our events, please, because they're awesome. You can join some of our committees, and we have lots of workshops available to you. These events also help you adjust to life in Canada, life in Waterloo. Should you come and join us later when we can open up again, that would be awesome to see people in person. These allow you to also build your leadership and communication skills. And we want you to know that sometimes with workloads, with things going on in life, with the world the way it is, sometimes you may feel sad, you may feel worried or overwhelmed, and you just need someone to talk to. We want to make sure that you know the resources available to you. And really, this is all just learning about all the services we have available at UW and Renison. Then we have the academic and life skills, right? So these are a lot of the workshops I mentioned earlier. So AJ is the one who would be facilitating these workshops, and he has a lot of resources for you. So as you can see on screen, there's everything from time management, reading skills, study skills, note-taking and strategies, goal setting, organizational skills, project management, and test preparation. I mean, that's a long list, and there's lots of stuff there to help you ensure you have the skills and resources to make a successful term. All right, so here we have some ways that you can access support. The first one is one of our favorites. It's register for virtual one-on-one meetups. So this is very easy. There's a way that you can register by going to our website, and the link should be in some of the resource material you have or in your newsletter already. So this is a very simple way to one-click register with myself, Ryan, AJ, the peer leaders, to get this one-on-one communication, a one-on-one meeting with us so that you can talk about really anything. If you want to practice your conversation skills, you can just pop in, tell us how your day is, practice some vocabulary. If you have specific questions about Renison or the University of Waterloo, we can definitely answer there. So it's just a great way to talk in a very safe and open environment. Next, you can email any of the student experience team, so myself, Ryan, or AJ, or any of the administrative staff as well. If you need to request a document or resource, this is a great way. So yes, you can email us anytime and we will get back to you with an answer. And then, as I mentioned, we have some texting apps and some chat groups that we'll speak to in a moment. You can message us there. I believe Ryan does not sleep, so he can answer your chat questions pretty much any hour of the day.
Thanks, Alex. So in terms of registering for a meetup, do you want to go ahead?
No, go ahead. That's fine. Yep.
So in terms of registering for one of these meetups that Alex has mentioned, we have the website uwaterloo.ca/eli/meetup. And what you'll do is you'll see on this page, there are descriptions of all of the student experience team, myself, AJ, Alex, and your student peer leaders. And you can decide who you would like to meet with at any time. Once you have decided, you will click the black box that you see on the screen on the web page, and then it will take you to a website called Calendly. On Calendly, you'll see a calendar, and that calendar is going to then show some dates and times that we are available for meetings. You'll be able to select the time you would like to meet with us. You will input then for step 3, your name and your email address, and then you might share a little bit of information about what you would like to talk about in the meeting. So you might say, practice English, or time management help, or study skill help. And then you'll schedule the event. What's really cool about this website is it will automatically email both of us with a Zoom link so that you will have access to the meeting on the date and time you have decided you would like to meet. And so I encourage you to save this website link, uwaterloo.ca/eli/meetup, and it will be a very useful resource for you to get one-on-one help anytime online. Alex, would you like to take care of this section?
Absolutely. All right, let's jump in. All right, so at Renison, we have a great opportunity to I guess, sorry, let me start again on that one. Sorry. We have a lot of spiritual support with our Anglican chaplain, Megan. So Renison is affiliated with the Anglican Church of Canada, Protestant and Christian denomination. So if you do have questions about faith or guidance, you can book a meeting with Megan and she can provide that support. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied this morning. So, this is for anybody, right? This is for Christians, non-Christians. Megan is just an awesome person to chat with. She is super fun. If you think we're bubbly, she's bubbly even more. And so she is just a great person to connect with. If you're ever having a blah day, meet with her because she will get you into a great mood. She also hosts very regular events. You'll see those on some of our calendars. So you can see these services. She joins us for other events like the Mature Student Coffee Chat, where you can chat with her sometimes. And yeah, just be on the lookout for some of her events. They are great to join. As always, you can email her. Her email there is on the screen, mcalling@uwaterloo.ca. Next, we have our immigration consultant. So this is Luann. Luann is a registered consultant, immigration consultant. So she is trained to help with all matters related to immigration, can help with your study permits, documentation. So the temporary resident visas on there, work conditions, all of those things that are extremely important. The one thing is, with anything related to immigration or documents surrounding your visas, only Luann can answer those questions for you. So you can ask Ryan and I or anybody else, but we can't answer them for you because we just can't do it legally. And so Luann has the training and the credentials to do that for you. So we recommend that you reach directly out to her. If you want us to help connect to her, we can do that for you, but she has all the answers. Her email also is on the screen, elnan@uwaterloo.ca. She also heads up a very cool program called the Conversation Partners Program, where she will match you and a University of Waterloo student volunteer to become conversation partners. And it's a great way to practice your English throughout the term. It's a great way to get, just have someone from UW there to share in different experiences and answer any questions you might have. It's a great program. It fills up quickly. So I recommend that you join as soon as you see the email to register. All right. Adam, am I taking this one? Yeah, how can I get involved? Yep. Let's jump in. All righty. So I mentioned that I have the really fun job here of helping to facilitate the events, and along with Ryan's magic, because he's the one behind all of these calendars, we put on what I like to think is the best student engagement in all of Ontario. So we have something going on pretty much every day throughout the term for you. And it really is designed to practice your English, de-stress, meet new people, and just have fun, right? So there's lots of things you can do in the events. And as you can see, there's quite the variety. So I'll go through a couple of them pretty quickly here. But as you can see, it's Monday. Well, at least where we are, it's Monday still. And as I mentioned, there is a event with Megan, right? So this is something that you can join specifically on Discord. We can give you the links for that. And you can just freely join these events. You see the time on the screen. All these events are in ET, I believe, Eastern Standard Time. Yep, perfect. And you can join through our website. You can see at the bottom right of this calendar is uwaterloo.ca/eli/virtual. That is where you'll find all the links all the time. It's constantly updated, so new links will appear as we get a little bit closer to the events. But essentially, there's like 3 or 4 types of events. So if you look on Tuesdays, we have the conversation hangouts. So these hangouts are hosted by your peer leaders that you met earlier. And really, it's just kind of a sit down event. You'll jump on Zoom, and there's a little bit of a theme for each of these conversation hangouts, maybe some games, just maybe some conversation topics. It's a great relaxed environment to practice your conversation and meet new people. It's a really fantastic way to get your toes wet, as we say, get into the virtual events. It's very, very open. The peer leaders love to talk. And so I really encourage you to at least join 1 or 2 conversation hangouts per month. Next, we have, you can see on the 8th, so Thursday, we start to have some of our workshops. And so, as I mentioned, those are hosted by AJ, and you'll see a few of those workshops pop up throughout the term. And I really encourage you to join those because AJ has a lot of resources that will be very, very helpful to you. On Friday, you can see that we have a games night. So these are more of our social events, right? So come out to these and just have fun, meet your other classmates. You'll see students from other programs join in as well. These are just really great ways to meet new people and get away from just feeling like you're the only person in front of a computer. It's a great way to meet people. And I think socializing in a virtual environment is really important. Later on, you'll see just a couple of other types of events. So speed friending, come to speed friending. That's the best way to meet new people. And later on, we have, oh, Ryan, you're just on the screen. I'm just seeing a different slideshow there. There we go. Thank you. No problem. And then we also have some of our other events like the Big Problems, Big Business, Entrepreneurship Talk. That's hosted by me. I like to think it's probably one of the better events this month, but I'm a little biased. So yeah, as you can see, tons of stuff going on. Oh, you're just muted there, sir.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Alex. I should also mention that if you are located in the East right now in China or Southeast Asia, we do also have a Chinese community events calendar in China Standard Time. And so this is a better way if you are currently studying abroad, that you can also view the calendar in a time zone that works maybe better for you. And so both of these calendars are available in your email. We send out every Sunday, and also on the community events link page. And so uwaterloo.ca/eli/virtual is a great place to go to get access to all of the event links to attend. So lots of ways for you to get involved and practice your English. In addition, we also host social media chat groups. We have this term a chat group on WhatsApp and a chat group on WeChat. Depending on which app you feel most comfortable using, we welcome you to join our chat group. This will be a great way for you to meet other students studying in the EFAS program. You meet your peer leaders and student experience team. We should mention that right now, the orientation session we have today is fairly small. There's fairly few students right now in the session, but that's because we have many students returning to the EFAS program this spring. And so if you want to get to meet those students who have already studied for at least 1 term in the EFAS program, we recommend you join the chat group so that you can have a chance to get to know some of your classmates, get to know us better, and it's a great place for you to also ask questions at any time. Like Alex said, I never sleep, and so you can usually reach me on WeChat or WhatsApp if you have any questions at any time. So I hope you've had a chance to scan your screen and that you'll be able to join us in one of these chat groups. In addition to the chat groups, we also will share with you a weekly newsletter. Hopefully you received the newsletter yesterday that told you more about your orientation sessions happening today. It told you more about upcoming events for the week. And it also will share with you important program announcements. And so we do recommend that you open your newsletter that you receive every Sunday, because it will have helpful updates, reminders about events, and also fun facts about Canadian history and culture, and information about the University of Waterloo. This is a great resource that's prepared for you each week and is designed by one of our peer leaders. So we hope that you will read your email every week and make sure to open the newsletter when you get it in your email box. You're also going to get access soon to Learn. Learn is the University of Waterloo's learning management system. This is where you will go to get access to your courses eventually and where you'll attend classes. We have a Waterloo Websites workshop that is happening tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Both myself and Nella, our program manager, will be hosting that session, and we will provide you with more information about using Learn and how to access the course content in each of the courses. But as part of Learn, you will also have access to a student experience hub. This is going to look just like a course in your Learn account, but it will be a very useful place for you to get event reminders, important program announcements. You'll be able to access downloadable resources, as well as workshop recordings. So for example, today's PowerPoint presentation that we are talking about here will be made available after today on the Student Experience Hub, and also a recording of today's session will also be available in this hub. You'll also be able to access different workshops and sessions by going onto this course. And so there will be a lot of information available to you and resources. And so if you're wanting to find the events calendar, our email addresses, or anything from today, you'll be able to find it in the Student Experience Hub, which you should have access to by Wednesday on Learn. Now, Alex mentioned this before, and I just want to mention again, one of the other great programs we offer at Renison University College is a free virtual English conversation partner program. This is an opportunity where you can meet with an English speaker for 1 hour to practice your conversational English every week. So you would get partnered with a student who is studying at the University of Waterloo, and together you will be able to practice your conversational skills. You'll be able to ask questions about Canadian culture, life in the city of Waterloo, life at the University of Waterloo, and it is just a chance for you to practice your communication and speaking skills. We will share a reminder to register in the weekly newsletters coming up, but you can register by visiting the Renison International Office's website. And when you go to register, you will complete a form that will ask you what your hobbies are, your interests, what are things that you like to do in your spare time. And this will help us to put you with a partner who has some common interests that you might have as well. This is a fantastic opportunity to improve your communication and speaking skills and to get to meet another student on campus. And so we welcome you to register. And what will happen is you can then decide with your partner on your own time when you will meet, how you will meet through Zoom or other chats. And you get to decide together a time that you will meet every week for 1 hour. And so it's a great way for you to get involved this term. We're going to talk now a little bit about policies and expectations as being a student in the EFAS program. And so one of the things you'll need to be familiar with is something that's called the EFAS Student Handbook. This is a handbook that contains the program's rules and policies. You will be able to access this handbook online. It's available both on the Student Experience Hub in Learn, And it's also available on the Online Learners English Language Institute website. It's a PDF document, and inside this handbook, you will receive all the rules and regulations for studying in the EFAS program. And I'm going to review some of those right now with you. So something that maybe is useful to know are the important dates within the program. Your first day of class is going to start this Wednesday. So today and tomorrow is considered EFAS Orientation. You'll need to write your placement test at some point today. Tomorrow, we will have an orientation to Waterloo websites. So you will learn more about websites like Learn. And then you will begin your first day of class on Wednesday. If you choose that EFAS maybe is not a right fit for you and you wish to cancel your registration in the program, the deadline to cancel is this Friday. So you have this week to make a decision, and then you will need to cancel by emailing us if you decide to do that. We hope you stay with us, but please know that that's the deadline date to receive feedback. During the program, you'll have a midterm exam week. This is when you'll be writing your different midterms through the courses in the program. And this will take place May 12th to 18th. You will have a holiday on Monday, May 24th. This is called Victoria Day in Canada, and it is a national statutory holiday. So you'll get the day off from classes, and it's a time for you to be able to rest, relax, or maybe catch up on homework during that time. We also will have the review week and final exams June 23rd to 30th. And so that is your period of time where you will write your final EFAS exam. You might have final classes then. And then your final end of term celebration will happen on Wednesday, June 30th. We hope on this same day, we will be able to make your transcripts available, so you'll have access to your final grades on that day. I hope this gives you an idea of the important dates that you need to consider throughout the program. If you have questions about them at any time, you can contact any of us at Renison and we will be able to help you. Now, today and tomorrow, you are writing what's called our placement test. This consists of an online component where you are writing a test online using the online Oxford placement test. And then you are writing a short composition or essay through Learn. And once we receive these results, our instructors will then place you in a level. There are 4 levels in the EFAS program, and we like to call them levels 100, 200, 300, and 400. So depending on your level will depend on what the passing requirements are to be able to continue to the next level or to complete the program. If you're a student in levels 100, 200, or 300, you will need a minimum 70% average in each of your 3 classes. You're going to be taking classes that are called 20, 40, or 60 classes. And in these classes overall, you need to have a minimum 75% average, all combined. And this will include your final exam. If you are a student in level 400, you need to be able to pass the program by getting a minimum 75% average in every course. So you'll need a 75% average in your writing course, your academic skills course, and your oral skills course. And then for your final exam, you will need to achieve a minimum 75% overall average, including the exam and your overall courses. By doing so, this will help to meet the University of Waterloo's undergraduate English language requirement. Depending if you are a student looking to do graduate studies, there can be different requirements depending on what graduate program you are choosing to enter. You can always contact Michelle or Andrea or myself, and we can help to confirm for you what the passing requirement is needed for your graduate program. Usually they're either 300 level or 400 level. Most normally it's 400 level that's needed for graduate studies. In terms of additional EFAS requirements, as I mentioned, there's a final exam. And this is a final exam for each level of EFAS. So to be able to fully complete the program, you might study in EFAS level 300 for one term. You might choose to study then another term once you've passed it, but every level has a final exam, and all students must write the final exam in order to successfully complete EFAS. In addition to the exam, your attendance in classes is really important. And so you must attend at least 80% of your EFAS classes in order to write the final exam. So students who attend less than 80% of their classes will not be able to successfully complete their level. So it'll be very important for you to attend your classes. In terms of your class schedule will normally have classes early in the morning in Eastern time. That might be between 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. And so we hope that this will be achievable for people in different time zones. We often will have students who might be studying from China, which means then you might be studying at 8:30 in the evening instead of the morning. In terms of your course syllabi or outline, your instructors will give you a course syllabus on your first day of class. If you don't receive a syllabus, speak to your instructor as soon as possible. But the course syllabus is going to give you more information about what you will learn during each course, what the total grades are in the course, and what you need to achieve to pass that course. And so you'll want to refer to that to know more about what are the marks for every assignment in your course. So those are some of the passing requirements related to the EFAS program. We want to talk a little bit also though about tips for success, especially learning online. And so first I want to give you some advice about what to expect when it comes to classes. So studying in a Canadian university environment may feel different in your home country. Depending on your home country, you may be used to a classroom environment that might expect silence or expect that you are always listening to the teacher. Of course, in our classes, that's no different for listening to the teacher, but silence is very different for us in North America. We often want to encourage students to engage as part of their learning, but for some students who study in other countries, memorization is often a large part of the learning experience in their home country. When it comes to learning in Canada, in our program, we hope that you will engage and participate in your learning. The best way you're going to improve your skills are by using your skills. And so this means that you'll be asking questions in class, you'll be talking with your classmates and your teachers regularly, you might be sharing ideas often, and you'll be encouraged to brainstorm solutions in class. We want you to be speaking and using your skills as much as possible during class. And so don't be afraid to ask questions at any time or ask for help when you need it. During our virtual events and workshops, we also welcome you to participate, contribute to conversations, and to ask questions. We want you to be thinking that to get the most out of your learning, you need to participate. You need to be active and you need to be enthusiastic with your learning. Sometimes it might feel uncomfortable to ask questions during class, and that is why we also have office hours available for you in the program, where you can meet one-on-one with your instructor to get additional support. But please know that it's okay to ask questions during class and to participate with your peers. The best way you're going to improve your skills is by getting involved. And so we really do encourage you to participate. This will make your experience more meaningful. We want our classes and events really to be a safe space for all students to participate. And what we mean by a safe space is that we will not judge others for their ideas or be negative about other people's English abilities or make people uncomfortable for sharing. We want everyone to know that everyone in our community is learning together. And so while learning online, we encourage you during your classes to turn your camera on when you feel comfortable, turn your microphone on, and to be active as much as you can during your classes. But we want to provide a space where everyone feels welcomed, supported, and that we are supporting each other. And that means from classmate to classmate, we want to support each other also. In Canada, academic integrity is also a really important part of our journey. And so when we think about academic integrity, we're talking about being honest about our work and telling others where we obtained our information. This will be really important when you begin working on assignments or essays or different projects in your course. And so you'll want to ensure that anything you report or share as part of your assignments in your program are properly cited using citations, which we would use to give credit to another person's ideas. And so you want to be thinking anytime that you share information that is not your own, that you are citing it properly. Otherwise, it can be considered plagiarism. And plagiarism is submitting work that has been done by someone else. Some plagiarism may be done on purpose, while other times it may be done unintentionally. If you're not sure about how to source something or how to provide credit to other people's work, that's a good time to have a conversation with your instructor, or even a member of our student experience team can help as well. And so making sure that you're aware that your work needs to be your own is really important during your EFAS studies. And so there are some penalties if students do not follow the rules. Instructors will help students usually to prevent unintentional breaches of academic integrity rules. But if there are students who break the rules on purpose, they may receive a 0 grade on an assignment. And if there are repeated uses, they may also be expelled from the program. Our goal, though, is to help you learn what is the difference with academic integrity, plagiarism, or citation, so that any of the work that you submit is your own work. And so if you do have questions about academic integrity or citing, your instructors will be great people to talk to about how to do this properly in classes. And also your student advisor, AJ, is an excellent person to talk to if you have questions about academic integrity. So if you feel like, I feel like we shared a lot of information with you already in this orientation. I want you to know that if you do need a review, or if you're unsure about some of the rules and supports, we encourage you to visit the Online Learners Orientation website. And this will be a great place for you to access your events calendar, your EFAS student handbook, and other online resources available to you as an EFAS student. But of course, remember that you can also ask any questions at any time from staff. We're all here to help support you along this academic journey. Do you have any questions at this point? If you do, place them in the chat, and both Alex and myself will be happy to help with answering those for you. In terms of your class schedules, you should expect to receive your class schedule on Tuesday evening in Eastern time. And so today is the day where you will write your placement test. Once we receive your results, the instructors will work really hard to grade those results to help put you in an appropriate level. And then either Michelle or Elizabeth will email you your schedule on Tuesday evening. If you do not receive your email, make sure first to check your junk mail folder. Sometimes it gets sent there, but if you still can't find it, you can email eli@uwaterloo.ca or send us a message in the WeChat or WhatsApp group, and we can try to help you to get your schedule. But you should hopefully receive it Tuesday evening Eastern time in your email inbox. Great. So that was the first part of our orientation for today. Up next, we're hoping to cover an online learning mini workshop with you. But we're going to first take a few minute break. And I think maybe what we can do is we will take a break for about 10 minutes and we can return at 10:15 Eastern time. And we'll then start talking a little bit about strategies for success when you're learning online. If you have any questions during in the break time, you can put them in the chat or you can private message either Alex or myself, and we'll be able to help support you with it. But we want to say good luck this term in the EFAS program. Both Alex, myself, and this whole team at Renison, we're here to support you in your journey, and we're really excited to have you a part of our Renison family this term. So welcome. Okay. Alex, does it sound good for us to start again 10 minutes?
Yep, it sounds good to me. Yep.
Awesome, friends. So take a break. If you need to use the washroom, feel free to do that. And then we will begin again at 10:15. Thank you. As you get used to this online environment. For myself, I'm actually in my final term of studying in a Master of Education program. And the program originally started to be an in-person program before the pandemic. And so there was a lot of adjustment that I needed to make as an online learner to get used to studying online. Also though, I also completed my bachelor's degree at the University of Waterloo. And I studied in the Social Development Studies program at the University of Waterloo. And I actually chose to do that entire program online. I chose to do that because I was working full-time and I had already had a college diploma at that time, but I wanted to earn a bachelor's degree to help me be more competitive in the workforce. But I needed to still work at the same time as I was doing my degree. And so I chose to do a 3-year general degree completely online. And it was a big challenge to adjust to the online environment and to set rules for myself that I needed to do the work and I needed to organize my time effectively to give time to complete the coursework that was needed, to listen to the lectures, and to be engaged as a student. And so both Alex and I are hopefully going to share with you some tips and strategies that we use to adjust to the online learning environment. But we really do want you to be engaged in this process. We want you to feel comfortable to ask for advice and ask us questions today on what we might be doing as online learners ourselves, and also based on our experience as student affairs professionals. I'd like to ask you to, as we start today's session, to think about what are some of the benefits of learning online? What are some of the good things that you can experience by studying in an online environment? If you feel comfortable, I would like to ask you to write in the chat and share your answer. What are some of the reasons why you have chosen to study online? And what are the benefits of doing it online? I'll give you a few moments to think about that. Please type your answer in the chat. As you think, I'd like to encourage Alex. Alex, what was one benefit for you in your master's program to be moving online?
Yeah, definitely. There were certainly some benefits. As I mentioned, there, you had to get past that mental block, but then there's some great things about learning online. Well, for one, you can wake up right before your class, right? No more having to get dressed, put that makeup on, do your hair, get on the bus and go to school and grab that coffee and whatnot, right? Like you save yourself, like certainly, yeah, save some time. Yeah, being able to just roll out, put some clean clothes on, brush your teeth, get some breakfast, and then hop onto the computer. You're ready to go. That was one of my favorite. And then the same with coming back, right? I mean, there's nothing that you want to do more than jump into like a nice warm shower or something when you come back from school, but you have to leave the classroom, jump on the bus is late, right? All those things. And you just want to go home. Well, you're already at home. Look at that. So a lot of saving time was very convenient.
It's true. There's a lot of, I see in the chat, we have convenient and saving time. There is a lot of time that's saved by the online learning environment, whether that's transit and commuting back and forth to classes, or even just going across campus. Sometimes if you're studying at the University of Waterloo, you have to go from building to building to building for your next class. And so it's convenient because you don't have to do that when you're learning online. Tony has also shared that you can communicate with people from all over the world. Honestly, I think that's one of my favorite things about online learning. When I did my bachelor's degree at Waterloo online, I got to benefit that there were students who were actually doing this program from all places all over the world. There were students from Europe, there were students from Southeast Asia, there were students from Latin America. And I loved that because it told me that there was an eagerness to learn at the University of Waterloo, and the classroom was so much more lively because you had so many diverse experiences and perspectives in your classes to share. And I loved that. It made it very beneficial for my own learning, especially. Yun shares flexible time. Absolutely. I think one thing that's really great of learning online is that you get to decide when you're doing your work. And there's a lot of times when, yes, you might have classes to attend or office hours that you need to schedule to go to. But when you decide to do the work or to read the content, can really be up to you. And there's a lot more free time in your schedule as a result, because you get to learn on your own in many ways. So there's many benefits of certainly of being able to learn online. Some of the things that we also wanted to acknowledge is there's definitely more freedom to use your time as you like. You get to choose, when do you want to turn on your computer? When do you want to do the work? More choice of programs. And because now you get to decide, where do you want to study from all over the world? You get to decide, and you're not limited to what are the schools in your hometown or where you choose to have to be. And for some, there's a lot of money saved in not having to travel or live abroad at this time. Staying at home can be much more affordable of an option, and that's definitely a great benefit of learning online. You can also learn in more comfortable surroundings and near people you love. When you are studying online, you get to stay at home. You might be surrounded by family and friends and people who care about you, and that's a great benefit of being able to study online. Plus, the surroundings can be a lot more comfortable. You might choose to study sometimes, on your couch or at your kitchen table, and places that feel like home to you can feel really good for learning. Also, you get to use technology to improve the learning experience. So there's options to be able to record lectures. You will learn about interactive collaboration tools, and there'll be a lot of other strategies that you'll get to use technology to help further your learning. And so that's a really great benefit. So we've talked a bit about some of the positive things, but I'd like to also hear, what are some of the drawbacks or challenges you feel there are about learning online? What are some things that are hard about learning online? I'd like to encourage you to put your answers in the chat again and share, what do you feel is difficult when it comes to learning online? As we take a moment to think about your answers, Alex, what do you feel is a drawback for you right now learning online?
That's a great question. I would say probably it's one of the social elements, right? So not just being there with your friends, but there's always a classroom dynamic, right? As I mentioned earlier. And while the breakout rooms do a great job of creating those classroom dynamics, those breakout rooms are only as good as the effort that people put into them, right? So it's really easy to go into a breakout room, the professor's not looking, and then everyone is just like maybe on their phone or something, right? Where there wouldn't be that in class. And so I really miss people putting in all their effort into their group work. And, so it's been a challenge there, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely, right? I think it can be hard to to just connect, and having that interaction can be really challenging in many places. I think for myself, I think about also just how you lose some of that informal connection with your peers. Sometimes the best, times you have with others are during the study breaks in between classes when you don't have class, or maybe you're on a break in between or during a class, and you get to socialize and get to know your classmates. And so we often use the word organic in English to describe some of the relationships we form, because they happen naturally. They happen just by being in the same room together. And some of that can get lost online. And I realize that we have to make more of an effort to participate, to be engaged, to talk, and to be a part of a community when we're online. It's less natural in many ways, and so it can be difficult. I noticed in the chat, some of you are sharing the lack of interaction is one reason, and that it's not in person. Absolutely, I think it can be very hard to replace the feeling of being in person and to have that type of environment where, all of us are together, and that you can come and sit in front of a person or sit in front of your teacher and ask questions naturally. That can be can be fairly difficult. Also, less chance to communicate with classmates, Shia shares. Absolutely, and so being able to even form friendships. And that's why we recommend the virtual events and the workshops. The events are really there in place of that natural friendship that might happen during class or during breaks in between classes. You have to make the effort a bit more online to get to know other people. And so we've created the events with that purpose in mind. I also see hard to concentrate. Absolutely. I think depending on what your work environment is at home, it can be hard to stay focused. And Tony's mentioned there's no atmosphere of learning, right? You don't feel like you're surrounded by a community of other people learning. And so we don't see home as that place of learning all the time. We see home as a place to connect with family, to rest, to have peace and calm, to share meals with family and each other. And so we don't often think about it as our place of learning in the same way we would with a university campus, where there's libraries, study halls, lecture halls, all of the things that help to encourage learning in a new environment. And so it can be pretty difficult, right? I think what we're wanting to encourage you to know, though, is that you're not alone throughout this experience. And so, Alex, if you want to share a little bit about what we see as some of the drawbacks of learning online here.
Absolutely. So, yeah, one of them is really your structured time, right? So too much free time can definitely be overwhelming. It's really easy to slip into non-productive activities, right? I mean, how easy is it to have Netflix on maybe at the same time as a lecture, right? Or Facebook or some sort of chat app, right? I bet your WeChat is going off like crazy right now and you really want to answer it, but you should be doing this workshop, right? And so that unstructured time, it can pull you. It'll take you there, right? Another one is it can be hard to communicate with others, right? So forget about just the language barriers for a second here. You can have technology barriers, right? So you can have poor internet, and so it's difficult to hear people. Some people don't have a lovely microphone set up like this, and so it sounds like they're talking underwater. And so those can be really challenging. And then compound that with people from all over the world, different accents, different dialects, right? And so it can be really, really challenging to just hear someone. You may also feel isolated, and the sense of community can be harder to build, right? So we mentioned this a few times. It's just you looking at a screen. And if you're not really immersed into the side window chat, my chat's over here. If you're not looking at the windows, if you're not looking at your classmates, if your camera's off, it can really start to feel isolating. And that's why we really encourage students to have their cameras on as much as possible, right? It creates that sense of community. It shows that there are other people there, that other people are listening. Oh, and I do see the technology can sometimes malfunction. And so not just the communication aspect, but sometimes you can get launched out of a meeting. Sometimes the meeting will kick you out because your internet is too laggy or something. And then it might be hard to get in. Maybe you're stuck in the waiting room or something and you've lost 15 minutes and you're frustrated, right? Like technology happens. Sometimes you can't even just connect to the internet. Those things happen and it's not something you usually have to deal with in person.
Mhm. Absolutely. I think technology will be probably a large factor in our frustrations when it comes to learning online, because it never seems to work in quite the same way we want it to, right? So thinking about that, how do we maximize the benefits of online learning and minimize some of those drawbacks? And so hopefully we can tackle some of these challenges that we've all brainstormed together. One of the first things we want to share with you is that there are 4 important things you can do to help you succeed when it comes to online courses. And the first one is to structure your time. You want to make yourself a schedule and stick to it. You want to think about how do you create something visual. And so that can look like a Google Calendar. It can be a calendar on your phone, a calendar on your laptop, something that you can look at that helps to explain your time. And what I would recommend is that you then think about how do you block off parts of your schedule to make time for learning. You'll certainly have times when you will attend classes and you'll receive your schedule tomorrow evening that will show you your class schedule and the times when your live classes will happen. But I recommend that you also structure your time by blocking off times during the week when you're going to be focused on your coursework. If you don't do that, sometimes then we tend to put things off. We start saying, oh, I have time. It's only Monday. I can look at it on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. And we start trying to put off our learning. But you want to create your schedule, and you might want to work on how do you create a routine for every day. And so organizing your life is going to be really important. I recommend, like I said, physical or electronic tools to keep things in your place. If you're not used to using electronic tools like a web calendar or the calendar on your phone or your laptop, even having a paper calendar can make a big difference for you to section off what times you are planning to use to focus on learning. And my recommendation is that you create a routine for yourself so that every day you have times when you are going to attend class, you have times every day when you are going to look on Learn and to review the material, and you're going to have time every day when you're going to work on assignments or the material you have to do in your courses. When you create that routine, it starts feeling more easier to begin the work every day. If you start thinking, I'm going to do it when I feel like it, what happens eventually is you're going to start feeling less and less likely that you want to do it. And so make sure you create that routine for yourself. Additionally, you want to communicate often. Contact your teachers, staff, and classmates regularly and build that as part of your routine. It can be communicating with teachers to ask questions, making time in your schedule to attend office hours, or by sending emails, and also taking time to communicate with your classmates and staff like myself and Alex and AJ. We really want to be here to help you. And one of the best ways to do that is to maintain steady communication with updates about what you're doing, what you're working on, and what projects you have due. If you communicate that with us, it helps also to build more accountability in the work you're doing, because now you have told someone you're working on something, you're doing work, and it will hold you more accountable or responsible to get the work completed. And absolutely, you want to make sure you're asking for help. There are many people who are here to help you, and that was the biggest part of our orientation today, was to introduce you to the faces and the people who are here to help you during the EFAS program, but you need to ask for help when you need it. One of the things that AJ often says is he's not a good mind reader, and it's true for all of us. We're not able to read your mind if there is a challenge you're having or a problem you're facing in a course. So we rely on you to tell us, to let us know what you might be experiencing. And that can be related to school or even just related to day-to-day life challenges. We're really here to help support you in this journey, but it's really important that you are communicating often and that you are asking for help when you need it. And we will do our best to provide as much support as we can. So with that said, Alex, you want to walk us through structuring your time and some tips here?
For sure. All right. So it really is important to structure your time. As Ryan mentioned, there's lots of resources and tools you can use. One of them being the schedule. But so as it says on the slide, human beings are creatures of habits, and we need and expect to do things each day. We want to know what's going on, right? A lot of people can't function if they don't have something in front of them. You can't see it here. I have a lot of Post-it notes that tell me what to do. So yes, making a schedule we follow every day. So I had a schedule on my wall over here, which I need to renew because it's a little bit out of date, but it was color coded. So I could see at a glance, blue was school, red was I don't even know what it was, and it doesn't matter. But like green was Renison, right? Because, I could associate colors with the colors. Green is Renison's color. So at a glance, I could see, oh, okay, my schedule is all green. I know that I'm supposed to be doing work with Renison. And then at 5 o'clock, I know that I have dinner time roughly there. And then I see blue, so it's school time. And so it was really, really easy to see these colors and in big chunks, right? I'm a person that I need like at least an hour of time to do a certain group of tasks, because it takes me a little bit of time to get into the flow and to get settled. And then I find that I'm more productive in like the last 45 minutes or longer of that. We should put important things in our schedule, including sleep time, class time, work time, study, meals, etc. Yeah, that's definitely what I subscribe to as well, right? I make sure that my whole day is planned. I actually have in my schedule rest or take a break, right? I have go get exercise. I have go get something to eat. I have my lunch and dinner put in there. It's really important. And that gives you the structure you need. Some people are like, yeah, I find it hard to stick to that schedule. And that is what we call discipline, right? When you create your schedule, you want to make sure that you can actually follow it, right? Are you going to do 6 hours of studying in a row? Probably not. But you might do 2 hours in a row, and then you put in a break. And then you might do 2 hours, and then you put a break, and 2 hours and a break, right? And that can really up your productivity, which is really key, right, for success in long term. So when you make your schedule, make it easy to follow, make it realistic, and don't be afraid to give yourself breaks, put in your meals, give your time for just time off in general. You can't work 24/7 as much as you might want to. So make sure that you are putting in those breaks into your schedule.
That's great. Thanks, Alex. In addition, as we said, you want to be thinking about what tools that you can use to organize your time. So for some, having something that's in paper, a document can be really useful, like a day planner or a diary. Creating to-do lists can also be a really useful strategy. Personally, I live by a to-do list, and what I actually do is I use the web-based version of Notepad, and I save a Notepad document on my desktop. And it's called Ryan's to-do list. And I will keep using that same notepad just to write bullet points of tasks that I need to remember to accomplish in my day. It can be a really easy, basic way to stay organized that isn't too sophisticated in technology, but it still helps me to stay on top of what I need to get completed. For you, you might also think, though, that using a calendar online can be an effective tool, and I highly recommend it. Using a Google Calendar or an Outlook calendar. And this can provide reminders that are then synced to your phone to remind you when you need to begin working on projects. In Learn, you'll also have access to a calendar, and this will be updated with your assignment deadlines, your test deadlines. You'll have access to find out when our upcoming events are inside this calendar, and you can continue to add things to the calendar yourself as reminders to help you to stay organized. The next piece is around organizing your life. I'm often surprised my own desk space isn't here. If you see my desk at Renison, it's usually pretty busy. See Alex's face. But if you cannot find your notes, or if your laptop charger is missing in a day, we know that your day can go from feeling relaxed and feeling like you have a routine to being stressful very quickly. And so you want to find ways to build organization in your life so that you have a routine, you have discipline to be able to complete everything you need online. And so just like your time, an organized workspace makes a big difference. It really helps to give your life structure and helping you to ensure that everything is in its place and that you understand where to find your things when you need to. And so having, day planners, having file folders for anything you write out, having a notebook that's organized for each of your courses, finding those physical things that help to give your life order and organization is going to be really important, especially when you're learning online. And you want to also be able to save valuable time each day by being able to find things quickly. If it takes you a lot of time to find things, even on your desktop, on your computer, that can also bring a lot of disorganization to your life. And so you want to be thinking from day one of EFAS, how do you organize your files on your computer? Do you choose to save things based on each course in a different electronic file folder? Do you decide to create physical file folders for assignments and print everything out? You want to think about how you choose to organize your time and start doing that now before your classes begin on Wednesday, so that when Wednesday begins and you have access to your course syllabus and the assignments, that you'll already have some order and organization to be able to keep all of your assignments organized, and that you'll understand when your deadline dates are for everything, because you also have that calendar. And so some tools that can really help to organize your life: color-coded notebooks for taking handwritten notes. For myself personally, I like to have a notebook for every course. And so I might have, and I always try to purchase them with different colors. And so that way you know which notebook is for each course. That can be a really useful tool during your live classes. Again, using digital folders on your computer for each course that you're taking. So you might have one digital folder that is your oral skills course, one that is going to be your writing skills course, and another one for academic skills. Each of these folders you will then put assignments in, and inside those folders, you might even organize them based on what type of project or week you are choosing to go by. That way, the more organized you have, the easier it is for you to find the files you need for each of your assignments. In addition, you might want to be thinking about cloud drive backup services like Google Drive and OneDrive. The last thing you want to have happen is have a computer failure and to lose everything that's on your desktop or on your drives. And so think about how you also save your information into a cloud server so that you will always have access to it, even if you accidentally spill drinks or something on your laptop. You want to make sure that you have thought of all things so that you can avoid any type of online disaster in your life. And then again, using USB keys for backup drives. So for those living somewhere with poor internet, using a USB can be a really useful strict tool to have and to be able to help make sure that you don't lose any of your files. And lastly, file folders for physical things. Some of us might like to print out our assignments to review them. Keep file folders or boxes for school supplies, your chargers, your USB, so that you have everything in one organized space in your home. Alex, if you want to take us on to communicating often.
Absolutely. All right. So in your online studies, you need to work a little harder to connect with others. So we spoke about that a little earlier, didn't we? Luckily, there are lots of tools available for you to connect to people. So I want to start with Zoom. So Zoom is probably one of the more common tools that you'll be using, right? You might be using it for your classes. You might be using it for our events. You might even be just using it for your person-to-person communication, like if you have group work to do, right? It's a very common platform and it works very well. So as we mentioned, you know, anytime you're on an online video chat, you want to be making sure that you're engaged. So your camera is on, right? Very respectful for your other peers. And you want to be actually working and striving for, you know, the goal of getting your work done, right? And participating and being engaged. And so anytime polls come up, please answer those. Anytime, you know, people ask questions, I mean, you guys have been doing a great job, but in the chat, and when we ask a question, please put an answer in the chat. It really helps make things go forward nicely, right? There's none of those awkward pauses. It shows that you're listening, right? So Zoom is probably one of the places you want to try and be engaged as much as possible. As well, we have options on Learn, right? So you'll see discussion posts that you'll need to answer. There's like chat area as well. So make sure that you are active on Learn. Your instructors do look at the participation on Learn and they will take note of that. Email, that's a big one. So here in Canada, we use email for a lot of stuff. And we know that's not common in every country, but we send out our newsletters, as Ryan has mentioned earlier. We send out very important information, important documents come through email. So please check your email often, right? Just log in, put it on your phone if you can, so that it's always available to you so you don't miss something important. You'll often be working in either Office 365 or Google Docs as you have access to them. So there's chat functions in there and collaboration features. And we like to think most importantly, we have our chat groups, right? So you saw that earlier in the orientation. We have WhatsApp, we have WeChat. You can join our Facebook group. You can follow us on Instagram for some wacky stories. All of that goes together and we're trying to make these accessible options for you so that you can join in, that you can chat, that you can engage, that you can practice your English. So yeah, communicate often, it's key. All right, I can keep jumping in. So yeah, here are some recommendations for you in terms of how frequently you should be checking. So I did mention this a little bit earlier. So Learn is very important. Yeah, Learn is your main hub. Everything related to your courses is in Learn. I can't stress this enough. Learn. That's where you want to go. Learn, right? It should be daily. You should be in your schedule in the morning. Check Learn because you might see some announcements there. You might see something that is not regularly scheduled. Like the instructor might say, oh, the deadline has been extended, or, oh, don't forget you have a test on Thursday, right? Something like that. It's very, very, very important that you're checking Learn at least 2 times per day. I think I definitely check it more than that, especially in undergrad. I think I always had Learn open. Then, as I mentioned, email. Yeah, so same thing as I said earlier, please just check your email. Lots and lots of important information comes through there. That's the major and main way that we communicate in Canada. All right, and I think it's really important to reiterate this, that the internet is a weird place. And because, you know, you're not in person, you know, maybe you have some anonymity behind you on the chat groups or something. Well, we encourage you to strip away that anonymity and put you in the chat groups, put you in the Zoom chats, put you in Learn. And what I mean by that is it's you, it's your personality. It's all about making sure that you're respectful and that other people are respectful to you, right? We like to say that our chat groups are no different than if you're talking to someone in person. So all those like rules apply. And we know it can be difficult, right? Because when you're speaking to someone in person, you have all these nonverbal cues. You can see if they're smiling, you can see the tone of their voice, you can see how they're reacting to comments. And in the online world, you don't have that. And so we want to say that we want you to proceed very respectfully, right? The golden rule there, treat others the way you want to be treated, right? So greet people. Hello, good morning, Ryan. Thank you for coming out, and you'll get a big smile and a hello back, right? I mean, that's the way to make your day, right? Definitely keep it professional, right? This is a professional academic environment, right? People are here to study and they want to make sure that their boundaries are respected. So no sexual or violent discussions, images, or videos, absolutely none. Dress for success, choose your space carefully and use your mute button. Yep, definitely, right? Everyone's got different things going on. You know, close the door, make sure you're wearing something comfy, but you know, something that you would walk out of the house in as well, right? And please use your mute button. You guys are doing a great job right now, but yeah, no one wants to hear dishes clanking in the background or dogs barking while the instructor is trying to teach a very important lesson. And lastly, just respect other people's time and privacy, right? Everyone's busy, right? Everyone's studying, everyone has things on the go. So just make sure that when you're chatting with people that you understand, hey, like, I don't want to take up too much of your time. It's very respectful that way. And, you know, if you see something in the background, like, don't like, hey, what's going on back there? I want to know what's in your house, right? You know, just like, you know, just relax a bit there. So it's all about respect and courtesy. I think you guys have got this.
Thanks, Alex. I'll cover point number 4 here, which is, again, we've said it quite a bit today. Ask for help when you need it. There are many people and services that can assist you when you need it, including your instructors. Your teachers will give you their contact information and their virtual office hours when you get access to the Learn website on Wednesday. And so you'll see it on the homepage of each of the courses and you'll have access there. And of course, your student experience staff, myself and Alex, as well as your student advisor, AJ. Our contact information is at the end of this presentation, but also you can access it on the orientation website, in the student experience hub inside Learn when you have access, and through the weekly email newsletters. You can contact us also on WeChat and WhatsApp. There's so many ways that we want to be accessible to you. So please know that you can message us or email us and ask questions when you have it. We're here to help support you. And of course, you met your peer leaders today. Roy, Willow, and Jenny are here to support you in your studies as a student. And so please know that you can also contact them to ask questions. They have the great insight of being current University of Waterloo students, and they're here to help with anything that you need to. So with that said, making sure that you ask for help when it's needed. And we mentioned the video online 101 chats is a great way to do that. So you can meet with us to get tips on study skills and time management advice to help practice your English listening and speaking. You can sign up for a meetup with us and just say, I want to practice English. And from there, we can have a conversation with you. We can talk about what life is like in your hometown, what your hobbies are, your future academic dreams, and what you would like to get out of your experience in EFAS. You can also use us as a sounding board for your assignment ideas. What that means is if you have an assignment that you feel like maybe you need to talk about it with someone, you need to think, is this what I'm understanding about this assignment? Is it correct what I'm supposed to be doing? Or I have an idea for a topic for an essay that I am writing, and I want to share it with someone and get their opinion. You can use us as a sounding board. That means we're a place where you can share your ideas with us and we can talk with you and give you some of our opinions and feedback about any of the work you're doing. We're really here to help support you along every step of your academic journey. And so the meetups are a great way to get that extra support. And so remember, to sign up for any meetups, you can visit the website at uwaterloo.ca/eli/meetup. And this website is where you can then register online to meet with AJ, Alex, myself, or your peer leaders. And again, here's our event calendar. We shared it with you earlier, but please remember that these events are designed to help you to practice your listening, communication, and speaking skills. We open this calendar to all members of the University of Waterloo and Renison University College. And so you're going to have students including Canadian students, English language learners, and students from other English language programs study by participating at the events. And so at Renison right now, we also have another program running called BASE, which is Bridge to Academic Success in English. And so you'll get to meet some of those students as well during the virtual events. And so we warmly welcome you to take part in the activities. It can be a great way, as Alex has told you before, to de-stress, to relax, to have fun. And you need to make sure you're building that as part of your class schedule. You want to make sure you have that time to just relax and socialize, while also having an opportunity to practice your leadership, communication, and interpersonal skills. And so our workshops and events and activities are great places to attend. And all you have to do is visit the same website link that you accessed to go to orientation today, which was uwaterloo.ca/eli/virtual. That website will give you access to the event links so that you can easily access most of them all through Zoom. So if you want to build your skills, make sure to attend our events. Well, look at the timing, 11:02, we did it. We've come to the end of our session here today. I want to say thank you for your participation and for attending our orientation session. We want you to know that your experience at Renison matters a lot to us. Your personal and academic success is very important to us, and we really want to help support you in any way that we can. So please remember, you can contact us by email, through WeChat, WhatsApp, through Learn. We are accessible for you, and we want to wish you all the best of success this term in your English language studies. If you have any questions, we welcome you can stick around and put them in the chat, and Alex and I will be here for the next couple minutes to answer any additional questions you have. But otherwise, thank you so much for coming to your EFAS orientation. Remember, your next session happens tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. It's a 1-hour session that'll be hosted by myself and Nella, your program manager. And that will give you more of an orientation and a tour of using Learn, your online learning management system. And so I hope to see you there at that session tomorrow morning. But otherwise, thanks again. Any final words, Alex?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for joining EFAS and coming out to study with us. It means a lot, and I hope you get everything that you wanted out of coming to EFAS, not just English, but also the community aspect. We strive really, really hard to bring you great student experience. I think one of the core components of education is really the friends you make along the way. So thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, we are always here.
Thanks so much, everyone. Please know you can put any questions you have in the chat, but otherwise we will see you tomorrow. Thanks again.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks, you. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Shia.